Yep.
Well, g'day everyone and welcome to Aussie Tech Heads. What a surprise. Episode 716 on the 22nd of the 3rd, 2021. That's right. I was a bit slack last week and we didn't get to do a show as we had planned. We'll put it on the rain, eh? We'll blame the rain. But so now we're doing it on Monday, 22nd of the 3rd. So what that means is you guys are going to get 2 episodes this week. Hallelujah. How lucky is that? Will and Jace on the Thursday and me, Glenn, and Paul right now. So I'll say good day to Paul in a second. I'll just run through the list of stuff that I've got to run through. And we are unplugged. That's right. There's no intros or outros because I think Warlock did send them to me. And do you know what? I can't find them. They're in the Facebook feed somewhere. I've just trawled through, but I couldn't find them before the show. But anyway, that's what happens. Look, as I said, it's episode 716, and thanks to athwebhosting.com.au and startnewcompany.com.au for their support, and they help pay for all the bandwidth and all the technology and the time that has to be put into bringing the show each week, and also to our great Patreons. I've got a little list of them here somewhere where you are here somewhere, you little dudes. We've got Kate, the bouncing yellow or something, Yellowski or something. I can only see so much of the name. David and Chris, and also we got Anthony on the PayPal. So and Andrew on the PayPal, and the other dudes are on the Patreon. So if you want to support the podcast and give us a couple of, I don't know, dollars to put toward the hosting cost and whatnot, we very, very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, now where else do we start? You can find us on facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads. Don't forget the Aussie Tech Radio at aussietechradio.com. It's 24/7 wall to wall. Well, you know, we need more podcasts on there, but there's 4 or 5 at least that just go round and round and round. New shows every Friday. So they get updated. So if the podcast that we track has a new episode, well, it will be put into the list each Friday. All right. Now, we better say good day to Paul. I know he's just itching to get on. How you going, Paul?
Hey, good, Glenn. Everyone else, how are you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Are you staying dry up there? It's getting a bit wet.
No. Rain doesn't stop me from getting in the great outdoors. I went for a half-hour walk this morning in the rain. I had this as well.
What was that last bit? You broke out.
An umbrella that tend to keep you dry when it's raining. What about you? Have you getting much rain?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of rain. Yeah, the water's rising from the back and it's coming down from the front again. But look, it's good. The mitigation processes have been put into action from last time I got flooded, which was about last year. And so now the water that comes down the hill and it seeps through the dirt at the front of the house, and then it sort of reappears underneath the house and then wants to flow through into the room that I'm in here now. Well, we put this little spoon drain in, right? So when it seeps through the ground and it wants to come this way, well, this little drain stops it and redirects it down into the outside drain. So
it sounds quite high tech.
It is high tech. But so far so good. Okay, so far so. So so look, fingers crossed, because yes, look, I know like all where Jace is down Taree, North Coast, Mid-North Coast, they're getting smashed. Sydney's
they're getting evacuations.
Yeah, right. Well, there was something like one of those rivers, I don't know what the name of it was now, but down there somewhere, that rose something like 4 meters in 4 hours or something.
Yeah, I think it was a Richmond River, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Hawkesbury. No, Hawkesbury.
Yeah, it was massive.
Yeah.
You can't believe, even last night I was sort of half asleep, half awake all night, and thinking, I'll just keeping an eye on the height of this water. But yeah. Yes. So g'day, Will. Will's actually joined us on the chat room while we're recording. So g'day, Will.
G'day, Will.
Why aren't you working?
Probably on lunch.
Oh, you might be too. Yes. Yeah. All right. So, what have you been up to, Paul? Anything exciting other than walking the rain with an umbrella?
No. Still trying to get stuff for delayed Christmas. So eventually we'll get through all that workload. Other than that, it's been keeping me mighty busy.
Good stuff. All right, now look. One of my screens just went black. Wait for it to come back. It normally does. There it is. It's gone again. Every time I think it's got a loose connection, and every time I move, it goes off. So I have to fix that.
That sounds fun to me.
Well, where are you today? You got a bad internet.
I'm at home. I actually had to restart my internet before this cast.
All right.
Maybe.
We'll keep pushing on. Can you hear me all right? Do I break up, or is it just you breaking up?
Yeah, no, you're as clear as can be.
All right.
Well, that's obviously my outgoing.
Let's go for the first story. Netflix.
Yeah, Will says my internet might be waterlogged.
well,
maybe.
Well, that's what happens to us, and I'm surprised that ours is still going, because there's last time it went out just because you have a little spit of rain. Apparently, that we've got a pit that floods, and then when it's flooded, the technician comes and he goes, "Oh, that's flooded." He goes, "I better call the evacuation team or something." So they come with this buck and they've got to suck the water out of it. Then the tech fixes it and he goes, "Okay, fixed." And it lasts for about 5 minutes, and the rain keeps coming, and it goes down again. Tech comes out again. He goes, "Oh, need an evacuation team," and the thing process just keeps going around. It's madness.
But don't bother to fix the problem. That's a common problem right throughout. I think.
Yeah, well, there's a good Facebook site called, I think it's called Crappy NBN Installs or something. If you search for Crappy NBN, you'll see, and some of the pictures that some of the dudes put up there, you just scratch your head going, how the hell does that even work? And like, how can people be serious in actually leaving people's properties with the installer is so messy even, It's
yeah. I'll never forget the story that Will he had. They put internet across the front of his house. I thought that was terrible because that would have affected the streetscape, and that was a story and a half.
Oh yeah, well, Will's always worried about the streetscaping.
Right, okay.
Now, look, Netflix is closing what they call the brother-in-law loophole. So this is where you get your give your password away to somebody, and you just both get it. And if you pay half each, well, you're each getting it for half price. So this, so it's an estimated 13. Australia has an estimated 13.2 million viewers each month on Netflix. Look, I've got a web page somewhere. How's this go? Oh,
that's it.
The technology. Disney Plus is giving it a run for its money. Well, where's my show notes? I took half of this out. I don't want to just read that. So Netflix can't exactly stop you telling your brother-in-law your account details, but it appears that it's trialing blocking streams that don't seem to come from familiar location or IP addresses. So I guess, familiar locations or IP addresses, I think the big problem there is, look, if you go away on holidays and you want to, watch your Netflix, we're going to have a different IP address. If you reset your modem every now and then, you're going to get a different IP address.
What if you've got a dynamic IP too?
Well, exactly. Yeah. So
not as common as they used to be, but they still do exist, especially if you're on a 3G mobile connection.
Well, most of them are dynamic, aren't they? Most people.
Most of the ones I deal with, I usually go for static. Well, mine's dynamic, but I've had it for 13 years, same IP.
And it's dynamic?
It's dynamic, and I've had the same IP for 13 years.
Blimey, who's that with?
Exitel. No, not.
Yeah,
don't talk about Telstra. Exitel. I don't know. They're not necessarily better than anyone else. Obviously, they reserve the right to be dynamic, but they've never changed it.
Well, I got a static, and so it just works good. It cost me $10 extra, so that's all right. But if you're going away, But anyway, I think that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma that they face. How do you not put the full paying customer? How do you not annoy them to the point, where they just go, stuff it, I'm just going to cancel. So Netflix hasn't commented on the scheme, and it's not clear at this stage whether it is affecting Aussie users. There's an obvious commercial imperative for Netflix and other streaming providers to limit limit this loophole. So I don't know. Look, we all probably know someone that shares the stuff around. I don't know what the answer is. To be honest, like maybe they just make do with what they have. Maybe limit.
Yeah, I agree about that, and they did indicate that they've been sucking it up for the time being, but obviously they've got to a point now where they're going, well, there's too much as they're wanting to make a change.
Yeah. But anyway, that's how the cookie crumbles. That's not our problem, is it? That's Netflix's problem.
Yeah.
But I don't find there's too much on Netflix to really I want to watch anyway. Like, it's all on. I signed up for Amazon Prime. I think it was $60 for the year, so that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I signed up for work. I tend to work, or if I've got a little bit of time, I'll watch Netflix. I'll discipline myself to get into an episode. The average Aussie has to watch something like 5 episodes to be disciplined enough and get into enough to keep watching. That's the worldwide statistics. Any other country is less than that, but Australia's the worst.
Yeah,
so I force myself across for the first 6 episodes or something, and then I eventually get into enough to watch the next season or two.
Yes, yeah, I think
and that's the only way I get going.
You got to give them about 4 episodes, I think, at least.
Well, that might be your standard. According to the study that was done, I think it was 6.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So that'd be almost a whole season for some shows.
Well, look, it took me a while to get into Breaking Bad. I'll have to be honest. But once I was,
I went for 2 or 3, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Oh well, no. Well, you got to hang in there because it is just so good. It just gets so addictive, and just one of those shows where you just go, oh, I just watched 10 minutes of the next episode to see what happens, and then you end up watching the whole episode, ends again on a cliffhanger, and go, oh, can I squeeze 10 minutes more in, and then just repeat the process.
I often look for ones which have a lot of seasons, and you think you're just going to get into it, and it's going to stop. You won't see it for another 12 months. That's why I picked. There's a show, I think I told you about it, Trailer Park Boys. It had something like 16 seasons for a long time, and I forced myself to get into the first 6 episodes, and then 6 months while I watched all 16 seasons.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. I don't think I've watched Trailer Park Boys, but I think I get the concept of it. But look, let's go over to another story because we got to go through these because I pulled them all out, so we're going to get through them. Otherwise, I'll
keep rocking.
Millions of websites offline after OVH cloud data center fire in France. So that's no good. A data center with a fire in it, that's got to be troublesome. Now, I've got a web page here as well. Look at this. I've got web pages all over the place.
What's OVH? Are we sure they talk about that?
Oh, it's just it's a company. I'm not actually sure what it stands for. It's a web hosting company. So you can play up your servers and all that sort of stuff. So it's it's one of those sort of things. The fire broke out last Wednesday shortly after midnight at the OVH cloud, destroyed one of 4 data centers in Strasbourg in eastern France and damaged another one. Where's my show notes? I keep reading from the webpage, but I don't like that because the webpage has got too much gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Here's my show
Did you
notes.
say 4 data centers?
They got
4. Were they all in one building, or were they in different locations?
Well, fire destroyed what they call the SBG2. A part of SBG1 is destroyed. Firefighters are protecting SBG3. No impact on SBG4. So that is referring to the different centers in the same campus.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have access to the site. That is why SBG1, 3, and 4 won't be restarted today. So so OVH didn't have access to actually get into those sites to probably reboot everything. But yeah, we've not lost. So who was this? We've not lost any data, but for now we don't have emails, said one customer. Blah, blah, blah. Free chess server, lichess.org, LICHESS, said it had lost 24 hours worth of games history. Oh, you wouldn't want to have a bloody beauty, would you?
24 hours? How many hours did they retain then if they only lost 24 hours?
Well, I guess that the server probably backs up every 24 hours. So
that's why, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say it just didn't get to that next backup, say, and yeah. So the Strasbourg centers were among OVH's 17 data centers in France and 32 globally. They must be massive in France. 32 globally, 17 in France. Houses. That's massive.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so sometimes, you get your web page somewhere and sometimes you just can't help it, but it'll just go down for some reason. And you sort of take these things for granted, don't you?
Yep.
You just think, oh, yeah, I'll look at my website and bang, there it is. But
Yeah, well, obviously they're not using there's no data like that in there.
there's no what?
No Amazon Web Servers. Like Amazon Web Servers can actually be hosted on anyone, anywhere. It doesn't have to be their own, does it?
Well, I think they got. Well, that's the understanding I have as well. That's redundant. So surely OVH would have something like that. So maybe just because the majority there was a few affected and they couldn't be restarted, maybe that just was enough to pull them down for a while, the whole show down. But yeah, but the story's there. I didn't actually go that far into it. I was just pulled it out as a matter of interest, story of interest.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. Look. Been going through Facebook a little bit every now and then, and I keep seeing these deep fakes. Do you know what the deep fake videos are?
Please tell us more about it.
So the deep fake videos is like, say, you can take a picture of, say, yourself, and then the computer can impose it into, say, a video, and so your face on top of someone else's face, but then it will also have the characteristics of the mouth moving and the eyes moving to something maybe completely different to what is actually being said in that video.
Now that'd take a bit of processing power, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would, but there's apps on the iPhone that will do it as well. Because I did one.
Yeah, wow.
All right. So
I think Instagram's had something different versions of it for a while. They're called filters.
Yes, yeah, but this goes a little bit further. Look, if I could, I'll read this story to you.
Is that it? Is that it? The next one down? Next picture.
Yeah. Hang on, let me get the show notes over to another page, to another screen. So hang on, let me just pull them out because I'm sort of going between. I'm not very organised here this week. So let me go there. Look,
we squeeze the show in. That's what matters.
That's right, and we got to squeeze the show in, and I'm feeling a bit squeezy. I need an Isuzu. Now, here we go. So a mother. So this one here, it's headed up. Mother used deep fake to frame cheerleading rivals. So a mother allegedly used explicit deep fake photos and videos to try to get her teenage daughter's cheerleading rivals kicked off the team. So this woman from Pennsylvania sent the content, which showed members of the Victory Vipers team naked, drinking, and smoking to the coach. She's also accused of sending abusive messages to them, their parents, and other owners of the cheerleading gym. Oh, some mothers go crazy. Yeah. Authorities traced the number that had sent the harassing text messages, which led them to a website that sells numbers to telemarketers. Police followed the data to an IP address that was tracked to this woman's home. And soon,
but if you're going to do that, you'd use a VPN, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. Well, she's obviously not that techy. But yeah, so what she's done, she's found the video of, say, a group of girls smoking and drinking and swearing or whatever it was, right?
It's probably her.
Yeah, probably from her when she was younger. So she's found this video. Maybe she got it off a porn video or something. Who knows what it is? But anyway, she got the video, and so she's put the girls. So she had photos of the girl cheerleaders. She had the photos of the squad. So she put their faces on to the people in the video, right? And then their faces moved in similarity with what the audio was as well.
In synchronization, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wish
that's pretty desperate, isn't it? For someone, there must be so much rivalry in stuff like that.
Look, if I'm just gonna try and search for something here, because they've been doing it on because I'm into the Doctor Who. On the Doctor Who Facebook site, people have just been doing just real deep fake impersonations of things. Hang on, let me see if I can find something I can show you quickly.
He's in a wave. He's saying g'day. I thought it might be a wave file. No, it's a wave. A wave. It's in the chat.
What is? Who's that?
Oh,
hang on. What happened?
Joe just said g'day in the chat.
Hi, Joe. How you going? Long time no here, Joe. What's going on? But that shows. Well, we don't do the show that often. Will and Jace have just got it under control these days. So
Yeah, the champ.
look, I'm going to try and give you an idea of this deep fake. That's not a very good one. Let me try this one here. This is the. Get me web screen going. Here we go.
So you want my face on your body, do you?
You know, let me get the here, and I'll do this, and I'll do this. That's YouTube. Here we go.
You knew the moment you saw me. I'd say stop being an idiot, but I kind of know what's
I don't know
coming.
if you can hear that. Can you hear
I
that?
assure you.
Yeah, I can hear it.
So we'll just wait to see what's happening.
You or me? No.
So see how there's someone else's face on there.
Yes, I'm very much afraid, sir.
Well, it's not doing much.
Come.
No, so what they've done, that's probably not
There's
a
a few
good
false
example.
starts, but you get that.
Only people who knew Doctor Who would understand that.
Failed project there.
Yeah, but what had happened was there was an episode of Doctor Who.
You know who I am. You knew the moment.
The old guy there, he's not he's playing the first Doctor, but he's not the actual first Doctor because the first Doctor died. Okay, in real life. So this actor has come in to play the first Doctor, but so someone superimposed the actual face of the first Doctor onto this actor. So it does
for the whole session that he's on the show.
No, just for 2 minutes of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, look, I'll see if we'll try one more. See if we can get one more done if I can find one.
Righto. You can't play the full YouTube video. You got a takedown, won't you?
Yeah, I don't care about that. Doctor Who, deep fake. It was just that I wanted to show you like a good example.
Right.
Doctor Who impressions, the 5 Doctors. Well, let's have a look at this one here. See if this one works a bit better. Okay, so there's the video. That's the 3.
One day I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back.
Wait for it to happen.
Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just
Nothing's
go forward in all your beliefs.
That's on overlay, is it?
That I am not mistaken in mine.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the same thing again. So they've got the guy on the actor's face again.
Goodness me!
Let's just go a bit further into this.
Oh, so is that a you can tell it's an overlay, yeah. I would call it superimposition, yeah. You can tell that's superimposed.
Yes, but some of them are a little bit better than that. But you get what I mean. So there's an old, there's a different face.
Two more
There's a computer they're using.
Scanner is key to our
crazy.
brain patterns.
That's state of the art.
Well. So
That's not bad though.
I wonder what happened to the other.
Yeah, so it's not the actual actor's face.
Don't be in such a hurry.
Yeah.
It'd be an insult to the actor, wouldn't it?
Well, he's dead, so it doesn't matter.
No, but for the one that's actually the real person doing it.
Yeah,
his face is not good enough. We want the old guy.
Well, it's just a bit of mucking around, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yes. Okay. So next one. Oh, Bitcoin. Geez. Have you got any Bitcoins?
It's actually risen. I bought about $50 worth a couple of years ago, and I think 2 or 3 years ago, and they're now up to about $200.
Bitcoin, they're up to 70,000.
Sorry, I had 0.00000001 of a Bitcoin, and that's risen a bit in the last couple of years. I mean,
right. So cryptocurrency Bitcoin's risen for the first time above $83,000 Australian. Bitcoin, which has more than tripled in value since the end of last year, has been powered on by well-known companies adopting its method of payment. Bitcoin's total market value last month exceeded $1 trillion. So that's pretty big. So
it's just funny that it's a totally non-tangible. It's non-tangible. It's just a number that's out there. It's got no. It's funny. It's different to like stocks and stuff like that, where you can usually realize it a lot easier.
Yes, I don't know, Will, if you're still listening. Do you still have your hard drive where you lost your Bitcoin wallet? Just if you still have it, probably not. Unfortunately,
didn't he throw it out like 10 years before the big riot?
I can't remember what he did with it. I just came across someone the other day reckons that's what their business is. So I don't know, retrieving Bitcoin things. I don't know. So if you still got the drive, just let me know and I'll find out more information. Okay, what are we going to now? Here we go. Here's another one talking of Bitcoins and so forth. Let me get this page up. So India is to issue a law banning cryptocurrencies. So while Bitcoin's going off its nuts, India is not happy with that. So India, where's my show notes? This is what happens when I'm all over the place.
How many screens have you got?
Yeah, I've got 2, but the show note window keeps falling away. And then,
Right.
Reuters said it had been told by a senior government official that the proposed law would make it a criminal act to possess, issue, mine, trade, or transfer any digital assets. So this report comes at a time when Bitcoin had hit record highs, which we just said. India has announced in January that it was looking at a ban of private digital currencies like Bitcoin, but creating the infrastructure for issuing an official cryptocurrency. So they want it all themselves. This measure will give current holders of cryptocurrency in India up to 6 months to convert their assets or face penalties. So if the law does not come into effect, if the law does come into effect, it would make India the first major country to impose such a ban. China does not allow mining or trading in cryptocurrencies either, but it allows its citizens to possess the assets. So that's a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the whole idea of cryptocurrency is to eliminate governments from the process, to not give any one person control. Now, provide the cryptocurrency and we'll have control. It sounds to me like they're going to have control of it and they will tax it. I don't quite understand. That's the whole reason you do cryptocurrency. Eliminate control from outside entities like governments or even businesses.
Yeah. Well, that was the beauty of the Bitcoin, wasn't it? That no one can.
Yeah. So they're trying to control something that was never designed to be controlled. It's like the internet. The internet was not designed to. The original design of the internet was not designed to be controlled by any one body. Mm-hmm. The internet, cryptocurrency, it's just governments trying to get control of things. And to tell you the truth, because how are they going to police whether someone processes Bitcoin? As long as they don't realize their asset in Bitcoin, they'll probably never even know about it.
No, well, that's right. They're not going to. I guess that somehow, if they are found to possess it, like you've got all these other little cryptocurrencies coming out now. There's one around. I think it's pretty big up here on the Gold Coast. I think it was an offshoot or a sprout of Bartercard, Coin, Qoin, I think it was called. But
yeah.
like when you sign up for it, and when you sign up for it, there's terms and conditions, there's acceptable use policies, etc. And it's just governed. And yeah, so it's not like Bitcoin where you just chuck your money at it and buy some or buy a piece of it.
No, it's the purpose of Bitcoin is to not allow any one person control.
Yeah, and that's why all the ransomware people, their payment of choices in Bitcoin, because you can't trace. Yeah, it's just untraceable, and it goes to your wallet. As long as you don't lose your wallet, you'll be right. So, yeah.
Plenty of people do. I invested. I got a tiny bit of Bitcoin, and I kept some in CoinJar. CoinJar's where you can. They're a Bitcoin holding facility. I'm no expert in this field, but I also got some of my Bitcoin asset, gave it to a company to trade and do whatever to make more money. Well, when Bitcoin went bad at one stage there, they suddenly with my key. And I didn't bother keep my key because I couldn't be bothered keeping it.
Why not?
Keeping a key?
Yeah.
I trusted them to do the right thing by looking after it.
Yeah.
It was like $15 worth or $100 worth. Maybe it wasn't much anyway. There you go, put it over there. They go deal with it. If we lose it, I lose it. But and there would have been many other people did that as well.
I was just talking to someone just before the show. Actually, we were talking about Bitcoin, all cryptocurrencies and stuff, and he was just saying he just brought up a good thing about something that I never really thought of. So if you transact in Bitcoin, like someone says, I'll sell you my car for $50,000, and you go, yeah, you take Bitcoin and you're transacting Bitcoin. Car's probably the wrong example, but anyway. But then, yeah, this guy that I was talking to, he brought up, well, where's the GST component? Who's paying GST? And you think, well, if you ever get caught or if you ever get busted by the ATO or audited or whatever, well, then you're going to be up for you have to pay that GST because you hadn't paid it in that actual transaction.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible example. Secondhand goods generally don't have GST on them.
That's like a bad
So
example.
what you meant to say was a brand new diamond ring.
Yes.
Now that should if it's sold, especially if well, it should incur GST if it's GST.
Yeah.
There's many ifs and buts around all this.
Yeah, but you get the drift. But yeah, so anyway, it was just interesting the different rules and what to look out for, maybe some pitfalls.
With a tax invoice, then they would have to include GST. If they don't give a tax invoice, then it's all.
Well,
it's yeah.
If you get audited, well, and they that came to light, well, you'd have to pay the GST.
Yes, and you have to pay the income tax on the. Well.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, PayPal launches a new, and do you know what this stands for? BNPL service in Australia.
Buy now, pay later.
Exactly. So look, this is all the rage. There's a couple of
I heard about this, and it's about time they should have done this. Carry on.
Yeah, PayPal has launched its own buy now, pay later service called Pay in 4, which is set to be operational by June for 9 million PayPal accounts across Australia. So, yeah, interesting. The offering will allow consumers to split purchases valued between $50 and $1,500 across 4 equal repayments every fortnight. General consumers will see the new Pay in 4 option at checkout or in their digital wallet, while merchants can integrate the new offering as a payment option on the website. Merchants will also be able to show the monetary value of each installment through a messaging feature, letting consumers know how much to expect each repayment to be. So a spokesman for PayPal said that the Pay in 4 will increase no extra cost to merchants as it's included in existing merchant account arrangements, which is the way to go.
Wow, I didn't realize that. That's a bit of an incentive, isn't it, for a pay system?
Yeah,
because you like your Afterpay and Zip Pay and all them. They charge fees.
Yes, and that's
quite. I reckon there's going to be hidden fees in there somewhere.
Well, that's not what it's saying, because I think what's going on is they got competition. Because my next story is again another one along the same lines. It's about. Let me grab the source here. So
the one,
the Commonwealth Bank one.
You said another similar one, so I'm assuming buy now, pay later. Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so the Commonwealth Bank has launched its own buy now, pay later service entitled CommBank BNPL, and it's looked to compete in the growing market of these types of payment solutions. So CBA will be the first of the big four to offer the BNPL service as the bank seeks to align itself with a consumer shift away from traditional credit cards. I didn't know this BNPL was that big, to be honest.
It's challenging credit cards because the credit cards have such big interest rates. These have no interest rates.
So the CommBank, hang on, I wish that show notes would keep staying. So the CommBank BNPL users can make repayments in 4 installments and will be available at any retailer that accepts MasterCard with limits up to $1,000. CBA will begin directly linking the CommBank BNPL platform to bank accounts via digital wallets in mid-2021 and will look to lure users by offering no ongoing fees or cost to businesses to offer the payment option. So by contrast, CBA said rival BNPL services charge businesses additional fees above the standard merchant fee, which you just said before. I think after paying that, they could be up to like 5%. Is that?
Yeah, PayPal is obviously PayPal and CBA. They're obviously both trying to something, and they're obviously getting their income from somewhere else from it, or they're trying to stem their losses elsewhere. Who knows?
Well, I think they've got it. Well, they charge the merchant fee, so they get their merchant fee, the normal merchant fee. So I guess they're just happy to do that. I guess. Although,
Maybe, yeah.
well, so they're putting the goods, say, on credit. It's like, so they're putting it on a credit card, and the consumer just pays it back over for installments.
Yeah, it's hyper. It doesn't matter what you say. All these things are just a version of hire purchase. You get your goods and you pay them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your goods and you pay them off. It doesn't matter. Debt's a debt. If you ask me, I suggest people who need that and do that frequently, it's got a dead end to it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Look, I don't. Yeah. Look, I can see the trouble will be, well, can people go around to 5 or 6 shops and just BNPL all to their heart's content? Then all of a sudden they got all these repayments.
Well, you see, it's unrequired. Up until recent months ago, they weren't required to do credit checks before allowing such things. I think some of them do credit checks on the spot now. They check for other about buy now, pay laters to see if they're a bad debt.
Yeah,
because there was a bit of an upheaval a while ago about the fact that there was no credit checks done for buy now, pay later services, and people getting in all sorts of terrible financial trouble as a result.
Yeah. Look, I think also with those other ones like Afterpay, and that is it, that if you don't pay it back, then you start paying interest. Like if you miss a regular payment of your 4, then I think you get stung as well. That's when you get stung.
You don't just get stung once. Let's say you've got 4 repayments to make. If you pay the first and the second one, you miss the third one, the fourth one, you'll make no payment on the fourth one. Your fourth interest from the first 3, because it goes right back. It goes right back to the start. And you pay interest for all 3, and then if you have enough money to cover the last payment, then you have to pay interest on all of them again next time. So really hard to bugger up.
Yeah, it's like the old credit card and the cash advance. Like you could be, how you used to do the interest free for your 40 up to 45.
Yeah.
If you went and took out $100 cash advance, well, bang, interest starts straight away.
Yeah.
Not only on the $100 you've taken out, but also just on the balance of your credit card.
Yeah, so, a lot of people wouldn't realise a cash advance. If you withdraw cash on a credit card, it's a cash advance. It includes immediate interest immediately, because they assume if you buy groceries, with the same as withdrawing the cash and going and spend it on the groceries anyway.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a few people be caught by that too.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, look, it's cash advances, and they were up at like 23%. They're probably still up there. Like they were crazy. Credit card are crazy. All right. Well, that's all the stories I got. It was a nice, short, and sharp one.
We're doing good for time, yeah.
Especially middle of the day. So
yes.
Well, it's still raining. It hasn't let up down here.
No, it's still raining here as well.
And I don't know what that thing is dinging.
Is that? Unless it's mine. I think it's yours.
I don't know what it is. So anyway, I hope everything's working all right.
Might be a front doorbell. No, it's not mine.
No. So all right. So that's good. And yeah, well, that'll wrap us up for another episode then, Paul. Lovely.
Yes. Yep. I'm just I must I'll talk to you after the show about something.
Okay, no worries.
Let's finish up, eh?
All right, that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. And look, we were a little bit late, so on Monday instead of last Thursday, but that's what happens. Couple of days doesn't matter, does it? All right. So if you want to get in contact with us, it's Glenn or Paul at aussietechheads.com.au or Will and Jace at aussietechheads.com.au. Let us know what you think on any of those.
Have you?
Sorry?
Have you got an email address for me, have you, for Aussie Tech Heads?
No, but I'll forward it on if one comes through.
Do it. Yeah. Okay, you'll get it. So forward it.
I just got a catch-all. I can put one in if you want one. But
no, it's okay. No. Use a catch. I'll just forward it because I probably won't get much.
Yeah, we'll wait till you get popular. All right. Oh, look, there's an SMS. Okay, that's it. We got to go. All right. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you soon. All right. Bye for now. Ta-da.
Bye.
It's unplugged. There's no end credits. Okay. Bye for now.
Okay. Bye. So can we talk?